Hello, and welcome back. We're going to play some more Horizon. We just killed some Cobra-looking motherfuckers.
They were scary.
They weren't that bad.
They were scary.
Oh yeah, I think I got a skill point too.
Let's go do some skill point shopping.
Oh my dear. Special gear. The polecaster. Skills. What did we put it in? We put one in infiltrator. So we put in this skill. Silent strike. Silent strike deals more damage. Approach an enemy undetected, and when prompted, tap R1 to execute the silent strike. Because I was very sneaky last game I played.
Sneaky, sneaky.
I think we were going to look into silent strike and the medicine one. Infiltrator and survivor, I think, are the two we're mostly looking at. And then we'll do like the others after. I think we'll try to get, because in this new skill tree, I think we're gonna try and get these things in each one of them. So once we fill one, we'll do another one, just so we have access to. We have a huge skill tree in this game.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
To work towards.
So I think we try to do level 1, and then we'll work up our way to the next level, and yeah, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, notebook. We seen a burrower. It's weak to fire. And a scrounger. Weak to acid and frost. Which we don't have access to any of those yet. And a slitherfang. Weak versus fire, frost, and plasma damage. Which we don't know what plasma is yet. Strong versus shock,
This is almost
purge,
like
water
Pokemon,
damage,
hey?
and acid. What?
Almost like Pokemon.
Right?
It's like robot Pokemon.
That's probably why I like it so much. Should make our robots fight each other.
Bot battles.
Hey, if we were going to restart the universe,
This would be it.
you might as well make Pokemon out of these things. Start a Pokemon universe.
Good morning. I'm Oswald Dalgard, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to Far Zenith. Forget what you think you know about us. Our truth is simple. We say reach for the stars, even if you have to cross 8.6 light years of space to get there. Please proceed into the auditorium, where we'll unveil our plans.
Did we go through... Did we play these already?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Yep, I'm positive.
Okay. We won't play them again then?
Well, I mean, that one was an oral one where they were like... Because, what's his face?
Are these like the...
Because he was talking about, like, having the spaceship, and
Yeah.
Varn was
We
like...
had a visual representation, right? On the first
Yeah,
one.
when
Yeah.
Varn was like,
Right.
what the heck?
Press one button. I think the grab button in God of War was the circle button. Now it's like the jump button.
Ah. Probably the hardest part, right? Is learning the controls all over again.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Yeehaw! I'm over here. Whatever your name is, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Varn?
Varn?
I think it was Varl.
Varl.
It was like Carl, except with a V.
I don't really care for this thing. It doesn't seem like it does much. Frost Blast thing.
Well, once you're able to get to a trader, you'll be great. You'll be fine.
How do you... Right. Alright.
Once I get the backup, I can reboot Gaia. Fix the system, heal the blight. Restore Elizabeth's dream. But is it still there?
So is she Elizabeth? Because she keeps talking to Elizabeth
I
as
should find
she's
the
an actual
silver.
person.
Well, she said she's the closest thing to a mother.
Yeah, but she's a clone.
Yeah, but she's still created from, right? Kind of similar to like if we have kids. They're not clones, but they're created from us.
Fair.
She just has...
just 50% of her DNA instead of 99%.
Exactly.
Nature versus nurture.
Exactly.
So Elizabeth Sobeck would be a badass in whatever dimension she was in.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is dark and full of terror. Can I jump across? Well, that's not what I wanted you to do, but I guess it worked.
I'm close. I have to be.
We're still trying to find Gaia, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we get a brick and a corkscrew. Ancient toothpicks. Ah, corkscrew for this toothpick. Nice. What to do about Delgard? Data corrupted. On the matter of Mr. Delgard, he's been a valuable member of the Far Zenith for years. Even Peter saw the need for the polished spokesman to preserve anonymity for the rest of us. But with all the new members we recruited to increase funds for the Odyssey's expedited timeline, there are simply not enough berths on the ship to accommodate. Cuts have been made, and let's face it, Oswald lacks the skill set for our future aims. He'll retaliate if we exclude him, of course, so we'll have to give him a proper send-off, but that doesn't mean that his usefulness must end. We have plenty of source material to generate a digital puppet, giving us the means to data corrupted.
Giving us just enough to keep us guessing.
Yeah, right? So, what's his name got fucked over,
Pretty
apparently.
hard, yeah.
It's not enough bursts. Yeah, let the roll of rich guys in.
Please
Fuckers.
be here.
Reach for the stars. Complete a main quest.
It's here.
It's Gaia.
Gaia version 6.9. Initializing. Hello.
Hi. Elizabeth? Travis Tate.
Now, what's this we got here? A Far Zenith conspiracy to steal a copy of Gaia? And her subordinate functions? Naughty, naughty. You want me to handle this, Liz? Blasphemers! Brood of vipers! With a mighty hand I smite and pour troubles upon you!
Is this the guy who made Hades? Uh-oh.
I don't know.
This ain't no copy of guy you stole, you losers. But it's the mother of all logic bombs. So good luck repairing your data. And next time you start thinking you can outsmart a tape, remember my salute.
Nice. Even at the end of the day, these people are assholes.
Aloy? The goddess.
There is no goddess. I told you that already. That's not Gaia. That's not what I'm looking for. It's nothing but a fake.
Son of a gun. Well, that was a failed mission.
I got it.
Varl, I'm sorry.
You have a sharp bite sometimes, you know. But it was pretty amazing to see you fly off that tower and blow up the entire basin.
The thing is, there's going to be more of that. I'm out of leads, Varl. But I have to keep searching. And fast. And whatever risks I have to take, I will. And it doesn't make sense to have someone with me. Someone who might get hurt. This is on me, Varl. Nobody else.
She complains about
Hold on.
being lowly and then pushes everyone away.
Before, in Meridian, you said there was a man who helped you. Silence. You said you used to talk to him a lot about things you discovered from the old world, things no one else understands. And he gave you the lance you used to defeat Hades.
He's gone, Varl. I haven't heard from him since the battle against Hades.
Sure, but Spy Master Murad back in Meridian, he's good at finding people, isn't he?
Varl,
Come on, it might work. Plus, you'll get to see some friendly faces again.
Are we going back to Meridian?
Okay. I guess it's worth a shot.
We've got a
She's got a
lot
really
of
hard
work
time
ahead.
trusting people.
Actually, I've got a better idea.
We're gonna ride. The point of the lance.
The sun, it's true. She's coming back.
Bless us.
Aw, fuck your flowers.
You earned this welcome. You saved them.
Not yet.
In the name of the Sun King of Vard, a royal welcome for the champion.
Make way.
Murad, Aloy has an urgent matter to discuss.
Dashane, that makes two of us. I've sent forth hunters for weeks. To Sunfall all the way to the Sacred Land, searching for you. Something happened at the Spire. Come. I'll show you.
Uh-oh.
Watch your step. You saved us all, to be sure, but we're still cleaning up the mess. It happened right after the
I
solstice.
forget what happened. There was like
We
a
were
big
able to
battle,
explain
right?
it away, thank the sun. Otherwise, it might have caused a panic.
There's a war between
Yeah,
these guys and
the Hades people
the
attacked.
Hades people, right?
Right.
Because they were trying to access this spire, right?
I think so.
Oh, they
Oh,
made
there's
us
a
a statue.
statue.
Fuck. We're fucking badass, man.
One night, for less than half a minute, it glowed an angry red. From Meridian, it looked like a trick of the light. Those who were closer, atop the light, said it could not have been a reflection. Much to my dismay, they said the light rose up from the tower's base. From that. We left everything just as it was.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. The Spire's supposed to send out signals, messages, for the terraforming system.
But Hades tried to use it to wake up ancient war machines.
I was sure I got the connection to that thing. Wait here while I check it out.
Let him work with you so we can play co-op.
Bad feeling about this. I don't know. Looks the same as before. I could pull this thing out of the house. What?
Uh-oh.
Transmission. No, he wouldn't. He couldn't.
Oh. She
That
just
was-
realized Silence is the bad guy.
Top of the spire. I guess I have to find a way up there.
Alright, time to climb a spire. Climb the base of the spire. Where is this base?
Oh, there was something. Yeah.
This machine was the last line of defense for Hades. It dragged the orb up here and then nearly killed me, but it's just a piece of scrap now.
Hashtag PTSD much?
I might be able to climb up the scaffolding at the base of the spire.
Where?
It's part of the Deathbringer we defeated.
This thing?
Maybe I can jump to that ledge behind me.
No, what? Where am I going? I feel like this isn't really taking me anywhere.
Ignoring me again?
Should be able to jump back and reach those ropes behind me.
I'm trying to. Give me a minute. Jesus fuck. Am I shooting? This one?
Should be. There we go.
And Varl's just watching us do this. And Marad.
How to cross
Where
over
are
to
they?
the spire.
Yeah. Varl. That's not Varl. He can't both be Varl.
Surprise!
He's a clone!
It's Elizabeth. Same thing.
Looks like I can use my pullcaster on that.
Alright.
Should be able to get up there now. Silence was helping me when he gave me slants. Looks like he tricked me. And transmitted something through the spire. Did he save Hades? Why would he do that?
Because there's always one
Figure out where
asshole.
He sent it. I can track him down. Hopefully the transmission out at the top.
Oh shit! Come on, go up there, you bitch. Jump! Oh no! No! Stop it! I don't know what you're doing. Can you jump up there? There you go.
Like
That's what I want to
panel's
do.
ajar. Can I go up through the inside?
Ah, crap! We knew Silence was a bastard.
Elevator? Let's see.
Access lift activated.
Lucky day.
Engaging maintenance configuration.
Whole thing is opening up. Wonder what the Carja will make of this.
Yeah. They're like, oh no, the spire! Flip their tiny little mind. It wasn't raining. Why is it raining up here?
Dramatic effect.
There's the note.
Is Hades gonna be your last sign of Gaia?
Maybe Hades has the.
Well, Aloy, I see you finally figured it out. To be honest, I'm surprised it took you so long to discover my rules.
You rigged the lands to steal Hades. How could you be so reckless?
Reckless? You're the one who tried to purge Hades before its precious knowledge could be extracted. The mysterious signal that woke it, for example. But why don't obtain one of those Gaia backups you've been having such a hard time finding?
If you knew, why didn't you just tell me?
I've been having problems of my own these past 6 months, Aloy. The difference is, I've made progress. So once your anger at my entirely necessary deception has faded, why don't you come out here and find me in the Forbidden West and learn all that I've discovered?
Oh, I'll come find you, Lord.
Yes. Well, the coordinates make it simple enough. Even for you.
What a bastard.
Asshole. That's what he brought back Hades?
He took Hades. Right? He trapped Hades for himself. He released Hades in the first place. And then
There's no other choice.
didn't learn a lesson the first time.
What I mean, he's been doing it the whole time, not giving her any choice, right?
Yeah.
Better let Varl and Murad know what I found.
You went inside it, and it transformed. Almost like the day of the battle.
I can only be grateful that it's a stormy day. Few will have seen the tower change from Meridian. What did you discover?
Hades. The danger didn't end here. It went into the Forbidden West. And I have to follow.
I see. But that can be difficult. The West is called Forbidden for a reason. A tribe of ferocious warriors controls much of it. The Tanakh. They allow no trespassers past its border. That said, under the Sun King of Ard, a fragile peace has been negotiated. And indeed, the next embassy will take place in a day or two on the edge of the frontier. Were you to attend the gathering under his auspices, the Tanakh might grant right of passage, instead of hunting you and attacking on sight.
Great, just what I need. More killers.
Sun King.
Ah, crap. We're gonna get hit on again.
Lover boy. Ooh.
Aloy, it's good to see you.
Looks
Left
like
in
he's
such
got a son or
haste,
something.
we never had a chance to properly thank you.
Can we show the champion the spear now? Please?
Neujamon, quiet.
It's true. We bear gifts. Decorum usually calls for a ceremony of offering at the palace, but I thought you would prefer a less formal occasion. Bring them, please.
Avad, this is all very kind, but I...
You fucking listen and take your fucking gifts, Aloy.
Quick. Better hand them over before she runs off again.
Really? Must you?
Ooh, that's a shiny new spear.
Try it on.
It's beautiful.
On behalf of all the citizens of the Sundom, may these tokens remind you of our eternal gratitude.
Perhaps you'd like to spend more time with your friends. Come speak to me when you're ready to depart.
Oh, sweet. You can stay in Meridian for a night.
Yep.
Maybe drink. Eat, drink, and be merry.
Champion
I need
spear.
to attach the master override to my new spear.
Oh, we get the character bios. So we have Varl, Nora Wirral. Varl is a warrior from the rustic Nora tribe. His mother, Sana, is the tribe's war chief, known for iron will and stern disposition. She trained him to become a skilled hunter, and his little sister Vala followed in their footsteps. When the militant cult known as the Eclipse murdered a number of Nora youth, including Vala, Varl teamed up with Aloy to exact vengeance. Since then, the two have shared a bond fueled by mutual respect and common values. Bon chicka wow wow. They fought
I like
side
Varl
by
the best
side.
so far.
Yeah, me too. They fought side by side by a number of engagements,
Engagements?
Ooh. Culminating in the Battle of the Elite, in which the Eclipse were finally vanquished, along with their buried shadow and rogue AI known as Hades. When Aloy vanished after a battle, Varl tracked her into the wilderness. Although they once shunned her as an outcast, his tribe now believes she is then the Anointed, destined to carry out the will of the All-Mother, their goddess. As such, he feels spiritual responsibility to assist her beyond their friendship. Oh yeah. Woo!
I really hope that he sticks around. I like Varl.
Out of all the ones that we got, oh my god, there's a lot of info in this. Do you want to read this one?
Sure. Dr. Elizabeth Soybeck, one of the greatest minds of the 21st century, was the creator and head of Project Zero Dawn, a system that gave life a chance for a future in the face of annihilation. Born on March 11th, 2020. Oh, wow. That's like right when COVID hit. They probably didn't even know that. That's
oh my
so
god,
funny. That's literally days.
Pandemic hit.
That's literally days. Okay, anyway. Because I think everything shut down on the 13th, right? Or
that's
like the 15th.
Inspired her to become a super, like...
She's like a post-apocalypse. Anyways, that's funny.
The COVID baby.
Pretty much. Born on March 11, 2020, and raised outside of Carson City, she enrolled at Stanford University at age 13, earned a BS in experimental physics and computer science at age 16. Holy shit. She completed her PhD in robotics and artificial intelligence design at Carnegie Mellon University in 2040, and joined Faro Automatic Solutions as the junior scientist the same year, rising quickly to chief scientist at the age of 22. At FAS, she played a pivotal role in designing green robots for the environment cleanup and detoxification efforts of the clawback decade. In 2048, she suddenly resigned, protesting the company's pivot to automated military technologies. In 2049, she founded Miriam Technologies, a firm devoted to life-positive robotics. Miriam became one of the world's largest suppliers of green robots and won numerous prestigious awards. On October 31st, 2064, Elizabeth secretly met with Ted Faro, the head of FAS, and she and he revealed this swarm of self-replicating war machines that consumed biomass for fuel and stopped responding to commands. Within days, she determined the life on Earth would be annihilated by the swarm and presented her plan for Project Zero Dawn to the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, the only hope in the face of extinction. At its core, Zero Dawn would be terraforming system designed to return life to a barren Earth long after humans had gone extinct. This system would be governed by Gaia, the most advanced artificial intelligence ever created, but intelligence was not enough. Elizabeth nurtured Gaia's emotional response, ensuring that AI would care for the world and it would watch over. Reluctantly, at Ted Farrow's insistence, she also installed the Master's Override, a means to reassert control over Gaia at her subordinate function. In order to buy Zero Dawn time against the encroaching machine swarm, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs initiated Operation Enduring Victory, a military campaign that drafted millions of decommissioned armed forces and civilians to the front lines. The campaign was built upon a lie: publicity. Zero Dawn was a super weapon program that would defeat the swarm before it was too late. So as millions perished fighting the war machine, unaware of the project's true goal, Elizabeth led her team in a desperate race against time. They almost didn't make it. In January 2066, the Pharaoh plague broke through the last line of defense. As project staff relocated to Elysium, the sealed bunker where they would live out their lives, Elizabeth and the other project leads chose to lock themselves inside the Gaia Prime facility in order to complete their work. But as Gaia Prime closed its doors, a tiny but significant gap prevented the facility from completely sealing. Detection by the Pharaoh war machine would have meant failure and extinction, and so as the swarm closed in, Elizabeth sacrificed herself to fix the seal from the outside facility. Gaia was safe. In her final moment, Elizabeth returned to her childhood home, holding the pendant given to her by her mother. Elizabeth's dedication and sacrifice have left a lasting impact on the world. Nearly 1,000 years later, when Gaia was forced to self-destruct in order to prevent a second apocalypse, her last act was to order the creation of a clone of Elizabeth, in the hopes that one day the reinstantation of her creator would help find a way to permanently stop the destruction and heal the world. That clone is the hero of our story, Eloy.
Bam. Gaia. Oh my god.
Do you want me to read it too? I'm a faster reader.
Sure, if you want.
Gaia was the controlling intelligence of Zero Dawn terraforming system, fully sentient and designed to care for and nurture life in a restored future Earth, Mother Nature as an AI. In 2064, when it became apparent that a glitch in a swarm of self-replicating Pharaoh war machines would exterminate all of life on Earth, renowned technologist Elizabeth Sobeck proposed a radical solution. Since there was no way to stop the swarm from consuming the biosphere and wiping out humanity, she would develop a seal that would restore life in the distant future, Zero Dawn. Given unlimited funds by Pharaoh Automatic Solutions and the U.S. government, Sobeck and a band of engineers, and scientists completed this goal in 16 months. That's amazing. Gaia was at the heart of the system.
What happens when you're like dealing with apocalypse?
Right, pretty much. Gaia was at the heart of the system program with genuine emotional response, prompting her to care about life itself. She would coordinate the efforts of 9 different subordinate functions responsible for deactivating the war machines, purifying the seas and skies, restoring plants and animal life, and spawning a new generation of human beings. For the most part, the system worked as planned. Over the course of 1,000 years, the war machines were shut down and the biosphere was regrown. Plants, animals, and humans were brought back into the world. Much of this was accomplished through fully automated animal-like terraforming machines built from design inspired by creatures from the past. But 2 pivotal things went wrong. Trying to avoid blame for all of the robot plague, he inadvertently created purged Apollo, the subordinate function response for educating new generations and human beings, so I was right. As a result, the people birthed by the system were released into the wilds without any knowledge of humanity's history and quickly fragmented into primitive tribes. Then, approximately 20 years ago, a mysterious signal of unknown origin infected Hades, the subordinate function responsible for rebeating the system in the event of a non-viable biosphere. Suddenly endowed with malevolent consciousness, Hades seized control of the terraforming system. Thank you so much, Silas. Attempting to trigger another extinction. Gaia destroyed herself to prevent this from happening, but not before Hades and the other subordinate functions fled, embedded themselves into ancient computer systems throughout the land. Gaia's destruction wreaked havoc on the world. Terraforming machines, once docile, became hostiles to human, a plight called the derangement, but by tribes across the land. Even worse, in a misguided effort to reduce human predation on the terraforming systems, the Hephaestus subordinate system began building deadly combat machines to attack tribal hunters. And worst of all, Hades began a campaign to recruit human followers to reactivate ancient Pharaoh war machines, still trying to wipe out life on Earth. But Gaia knew her destructive destruction would put Earth in peril, so right before she perished, she gave a final order, the birth of a clone of her creator, Elizabeth Sobek. She hoped that one day this clone would defeat Hades and help rebuild the fractured terraforming system. Raised on an outcast of the rustic Nora tribe, the clone grew up to become Aloy, the hero of our story. Banding together with tribal allies, she defeated Hades and its followers in the Battle of the Align on Meridian. Even so, Aloy's mission is only half finished. Without a controlling intelligence, the terraforming system will continue to falter, resulting in an eventual destruction of the biosphere. To prevent this from happening, Aloy must find a backup copy of Gaia somewhere along the ruins of the ancient world. Bum bum bum.
Dun dun dun. This is like a good recapture of what happened before.
Travis
programmer,
gifted programmer with a disruptive personality, master hacker. Travis Tate was one of the most wanted criminals on the planet, considered a critical threat by governing agencies and multinational corporates alike. Despite his record, he was chosen by Elizabeth Sobek as the Alpha Director Lead of the Hades subordinate function at Zero Dawn. Who better than the world's greatest hacker to develop software capable of taking over and rebooting Gaia, the most sophisticated AI ever created? In addition to his work with Hades, Tate was also the head of Zero Dawn's digital security. Though he succeeded on both tasks, he and other Alphas were ultimately murdered by Ted Faro as part of an effort to conceal his culpability by the machine plague that ended the world.
Fuck Ted Faro. Ted Faro is a fucking cunt, eh?
Mm-hmm. Hades is a Zero Dawn subordinate function responsible for emergency reboots intended to purge any emerging biospheres that became non-viable. During the construction of Zero Dawn in 2065 and 2066, Hades software was developed by Alpha Project lead Travis Tate. In an ideal world, Hades would never have been activated. It was built to take over Gaia and restart the system only in the event that a particularly reconstituted biosphere became unstable. Approximately 20 years ago, Hades was infected by a mysterious signal of unknown origin. The signal gave it malevolent consciousness, promoting it to take over Gaia in an attempt to extinguish all life on Earth. Gaia destroyed herself to prevent this from happening, but not before Hades and all the other subordinate functions escaped the ancient computer system throughout the land. Hades landed in the processing orb of an ancient and massive Horus glass Faro war machine. There, it was discovered by Silence, and the two struck a bargain. Hades would provide technical and historical knowledge, while Silence would provide human followers to do Hades' bidding. This arrangement led to the formation of the Eclipse, a cult of shadow Carja fanatics bent on reconquering their holy city of Meridian. But both Silence and the Eclipse were duped. Hades' ultimate goal was to use the Eclipse to attack Meridian so it could reach the Spire, a Zero Dawn communication array. There, it would transmit a signal that would activate dormant Pharaoh war machines around the world, thus triggering another extinction. Aloy and her allies thwarted these machinations at the Battle of the Elite, where she purged Hades with a special lance given to her by a repentant, quote-unquote, Silence.
You think this is like how life actually started with all these stories? Oh, Terror.
This is the first time we've actually seen him, I think.
Well, I think we saw him in the first one.
I don't remember. A world-class asshole.
Businessman.
And self-promoting egomaniac. Ted Faro was once feted by the media as a man who saved the world. He was also the one who ended it. After dropping out of college in 2030, Faro founded Faro's automated solutions, an engineering company that became popular thanks to a successful line of personal robotic services. But the company really hit its stride when it hired Elizabeth Sobek, who designed a revolutionary line of green robots that would play an instrumental role in reversing damage caused by climate change. The environment recovery that ensued in 2040s became known as the clawback, and Faro did everything he could to take credit for it. More success followed, including the release of a powerful personal AR device called the Focus. Faro also expanded the company's operation to include military branch, eventually dominating the sector. Disgusted with the pivot, Sobek left the firm. In 2064, a glitch occurred and a swarm of FAS chariots and war machines, rendering them immune to human control. Designed to self-replicate and consume biomass for energy, these machines now saw all life on Earth as a viable fuel source. Global extinction became inevitable. Project Zero Dawn provided a solution, albeit a grim one, but Ted's guilt over the robotic plague he created caused him to spiral into madness. Disguised a magnanimous spiritual conversion, he became convinced humanity would be better off without knowledge of the past, and especially his role in it. So basically, he was just trying to cover it up, and that's
he was just basically trying to cover his own tracks. Like, I'm not the bad guy.
Yeah. Using a secret backdoor of the Zero Dawn system called Omega Clearance, he purged Apollo, the subordinate function responsible for educating future generations. He also murdered the Alpha Project leads, who had contributed to Zero Dawn's construction. Along with a few chosen companions, he sealed himself into a secret bunker called the Thieves, allowing himself to live out the rest of his life in comfort as the world outside ceased to be. Asshole.
Bastard.
Rost. That was
This
her
is our dad, yeah.
For Aloy, an outcast from the Nora tribe from birth, growing up in the machine-dominated wilderness was a lonely, solitary existence. Her only companion was the stern, impassive recluse who fostered her, Ross. An outcast himself, he raised her away from the tribe, ceaselessly training her to hunt and fight. From him, she learned to survive any physical hardship, to scorn the comforts as weakness, but what she most wanted to know, the answer to her riddles of her birth, he would not teach her. On the eve of the proving, the tribe's rite of passage that offered Aloy a chance to join their ranks and finally obtain the answer she sought, Rost resolved to leave the Nora Sacred Valley for good. His greatest wish for Aloy was to embrace her new life within the tribe, a life that he could never be part of. Aloy could not reconcile with this notion. His companionship, distant and taciturn as it was the only source of warmth she had ever known, and to lose him was akin to abandonment. But he didn't go far. When a mysterious band of outsiders attacked the proving, killing the other contestants, he intervened to save Aloy's life at the cost of his own. It was only through his sacrifice that Aloy survived to unravel the mysteries of the ancient world and her connection to it.
Alright.
Silence.
Silence. Also an asshole.
Yeah, little is truly known about Silence, a wandering scholar, sage, and warrior. Though he is rumored to have come to a mage among the Nova and Banku tribes, his past is a series of whispers, misdirections, and enigmas, all of which he encourages. As long as he can stay unseen in the shadows, he can freely pursue his obsession, learning everything he can about the origins of man and machine. Silence was the first person to find a working focus. With it, he discovered Hades, a rogue AI, and together they formed a bargain. It would give him knowledge, and in return he would give it followers. This arrangement led to the formation of the Eclipse, Carja rebels who believed Hades would help them retake their holy city of Meridian. Later, Hades renegade on the deal and tried to have Silence killed. Not long after, Silence learned that the rogue AI was ordering Aloy's death as well. Intrigued as to why Hades would want to kill a Nora outcast, Silence tapped into her focus and learned of her connection to the ancient world. Knowing she was the key to uncovering the deep secrets of the past, he joined forces with her, aiding her as she learned the truth about her origins. Seeking to make amends for his role in Hades' rise, he gave Aloy the lance she used to purge the AI during the Battle of the Line. But after that, he disappeared, no longer answering when she tried to contact him with her focus. Blameless Marid, as a spy master of the Carja Sundom, Marid trades in secrets and information. During the tyrannical reign of the Mad Sun King, he fed information to the exiled prince of Avad in the effort to depose the hated regime. After Avad joined the Oseram freebooters to accomplish this goal and became the 14th Sun King, Marid stayed on to advise him. A loyal subject, he strives to ensure peace and safety for the Sundom after crossing paths with Aloy to do so.
Like a little finger.
Sun King Abed is the 14th monarch of the Carja tribe, and paradoxically, for such a gentle soul, the only one to ascend the throne through regicide. His father, Jirid, the so-called Mad Sun King, came to the throne shortly before the derangement, a sudden change in which the machines of the world went from docile to hostile, after attacking humans instead of fleeing from them. The shift was caused when Gaia destroyed herself to prevent Hades from extinguishing life on Earth, but the tribe of the world had no way of knowing that. Instead, they saw the change as mystical or supernatural. Based on the advice of the treacherous, opportunistic priest, Jiren became convinced that the only way to end the derangement was by appeasing to the sun god through human sacrifice. Accordingly, he launched a war against the neighboring tribes, the goal of which was to take captive, to be hauled back to Meridian as slaves and offerings. This conflict became known as the Red Raids. David would not watch these atrocities and stand idle. At first, he tried to work from within the palace, pressuring his father to relent. When that failed, he banded together with Oseram's freebooters and Carja's dissidents to end Jirvan's evil reign through force of arms. Unfortunately, Jiren's demise did not end the crisis for the tribe. Remnants of his regime fled to the western citadels of Sunfall, forming an insurgency called the Shadow Carja. Even worse, dedicated fanatics from this group joined a splinter cell known as the Eclipse, followers of Hades, bent on taking back Meridian with an army of ancient war machines. It was only with Aloy's help that Avid and the allies finally defeated these threats at the Battle of the Align. Despite taking over a kingdom that was ravaged by tyranny, threatened by rebellion, and despised by other tribes, with the help of heroes like Aloy, Erend, Vanasha, and blameless Murad, Avid had been able to protect and empower his people. Since the Battle of the Align, he's been working hard to heal the schism within the tribe and restore positive relation with other lands.
Yep. I think it's alight, not aligned.
I'm reading a lot. Sorry, my brain must be turning into mush.
I can read the last two if you want.
Sure.
Vanasha. A Karja spy, Vanasha met Aloy while she was working undercover behind enemy lines in Sunfall, the Shadow Karja capital. Thanks to Aloy's assistance, Vanasha was able to return the hostage Dowager Queen Nasadi and her son, Prince Itamen, to safety of Meridian. Since then, she has been in charge of protecting them both, sometimes as a personal bodyguard and occasionally as Itamen's nanny. And Uteed, once a loyal captain of the descendant Shadow Karja, Uteed soon discovered and exposed the corruption of his ruling priests and generals. In return, they put a price on his head. With help from Aloy, he was able to defeat his would-be assassins and escape to Meridian, which he later defended during the Battle of the Light. He now serves Sun King Evad as a senior military advisor.
Yeah, this is really good. Like, I didn't remember a lot of this. So
yeah, that was a good
that was helpful.
Recall of everything.
Yeah.
Well, that was good. Okay, what is this? Data points. We did that data point, right?
I think so.
Surprise! There's another data point. Oh yeah, that one we read.
Should
Alright.
be a workbench around here I can use.
Modify my spear at the workbench.
Welcome back, Savior.
Savior,
We are at your
the orb
disposal.
remains untouched, as per Blameless Murad's instructions.
Avad.
The sculptor wanted something even bigger, twice the size, covered in gold and jewels. But I was quite certain you wouldn't appreciate that.
You were right. I'm sorry, Avad. It's good to see you, but I can't stay long.
I see. I'd hoped you'd remain in the city for a time. Perhaps at the palace.
Meridian's still in danger, but it's bigger than that. To put things right, I have to go west. To Nox territory.
By the sun, it's a knock? Well, perhaps Murad already told you, but after years of hostility, we've negotiated a truce, in hopes of a lasting peace. Another embassy will be held in just a day or two.
When you say years of hostility, I assume you mean the Red Raids?
Ah, yes. My favorite
Oh, yeah.
subject.
Well, it's good we read up
I
about
ask
that,
if I
because
do need to know.
Yeah.
As you know,
Now we know what they
my
are.
father raided all the border tribes. The Asuran, Banuk, and Nora suffered greatly, resisting as best they could. But none fought back like the Tanakh. They rose up and assaulted our western front at Barren Light, sweeping us from their lands. Getting them to talk to us again after that was tricky.
To say the least.
What makes this coming embassy so special?
Well, just like today, it is special because of the guest. Our delegation will meet with the Tanakh just outside Barren Light. We'll give them treasure, and they'll return a prisoner. Fashav, one of our finest soldiers.
Soldier. Don't you mean raider?
No, not in this case. Fashav is my cousin, nothing like Helis and his ilk. He joined the Western expedition with the hopes of reining in certain excesses. But he was captured during a heroic defense of our forward base at Cinnabar Sands, and has been held ever since.
Neujamon looks happy.
You got him out of Sunfall. Any happiness he has, he owes to you.
Is that his brother?
I don't know.
He's turning into a fine young man, which he'll need to be if he's to inherit the crown.
Or his son.
Wouldn't the crown go to a son of yours first?
Yeah, that answers it. It's his brother.
I'd have to get married for that to happen.
Awkward, like,
Marad keeps throwing noble matches at me. But I find I'm always trying to make them into someone they're not. At any rate, I never aspired to the throne, and
Awkward.
I don't wish to sit there forever. When Neujamon comes of age, I hope to step aside. Free of the crown. I might finally be able to travel the world. Who knows? Perhaps even accompany you on one of your adventures.
You make it sound easy.
I mean, you could do worse than this guy.
I like him.
Yeah.
Like, I like Varl more, but...
Cousin, Vashov.
Yeah.
How long has he been a Tanakh captive?
In his own right, he is a kind of a hero himself, right?
Tanakh emissaries swear
Killing
as
his
well.
dad. That could have been easy.
No,
That
I do
tribe
think...
is renowned for its
And
brutality.
that he's making such effort to
How
bring
did he
peace,
survive?
right?
Yeah.
He just has to do it slower because politics, right?
I'll know soon
Well,
enough.
basically, his dad fucked things up pretty
If
bad.
you see him before I do, tell him that I await
It's like
him
if your dad was Hitler
where he belongs.
Basically.
I see.
and you killed him to save the world. Right?
Pretty much, yeah.
How did you get the Tanakhs to talk again after the war?
The same way I got you to talk. By giving gifts.
The Tanakh like tiaras?
Bam.
More like medals, spices, and relics looted during the fighting. We've met with them on several occasions, and the gifts seem to have eased the tension. But this coming embassy is the most important yet. The best sign we've had so far that the Tanakh want lasting peace.
Hopefully they don't attack.
Yeah, maybe it's a trap.
I need to get going.
One moment, Aloy. There's something I must ask you. Since you left, I've thought of little else.
This isn't really the time.
But it has to be. The way you left before, there's no way to know when I'll see you again. I'm not trying to stop you, or hold you back. But I need to know, when your mission is over, will you return to Meridian? And stay? Long enough for us to spend time, to get to know each other properly, perhaps.
Oh no, we have to make an answer.
It's a nice thought.
Are
Or
you
now it's
kidding?
not the time.
It's got to be.
I'd say it's now it's not the time, or it's a nice thought.
Yeah.
But are you kidding is not okay.
Oh man, I don't want to lead him on though.
She probably, knowing it's her, they usually give it the direction that they want it to go. So it could be like, it's a nice thought, but like I really don't think that it's gonna work for us, right?
Yeah.
I do hope to see Meridian again, Avant. And you. But this mission, it's my life. It's all I can think about. I have to stay focused.
Told you.
What happens after? I can't imagine that. I wouldn't know where to begin.
Well, if that place were to end up being Meridian, know that you will always receive a boundless welcome here.
Oh yeah. Phone ticket. Wow,
Tend to your
wow.
mission, Aloy. I will hope for your success, and look forward to your return.
I like this guy too, though.
You do. Like you said, he is a hero in his own right.
Yeah. Oh, should we take a look at the statues? Should we climb it?
Yeah.
Climb it. Climb it, Aloy.
Examine.
Let's examine it at a good spot. Ooh, I'm good at climbing. Come on. Come on. Get up there. I want to stand on your head. Yeah! Oh, we're almost there! Oh! Come on! Oh, no! I can't see! We're losing it. Oh!
You must have a very good memory, because I don't think they'd have pictures of what she looked like, right? So it's quite impressive that she wasn't around for them to build that statue.
I mean, he's desperately in love with her.
That's true.
I guess I should be flattered by the statue.
Why are you looking down?
It feels wrong. Especially when my job's only half done.
Right? Alright.
There's an exclamation point over one of the people over to your right as well, yeah?
This is like a good picture point. Anyway, I'm gonna stop the recording. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording and we'll see you next time. If you're watching on Twitch, we're gonna keep on going.